It's your girl Royaljewels here today. Today, since it's October, we are going to talk about at least 4 to 5 haunted places in America that you guys have heard about, and I'm not going to visit because I don't F with the haunted places. Don't want to get possessed or shit, but I probably will do one because I am intrigued on going to places. But we're gonna do the most 4 to 5 top places that are most haunted that you can visit yourself, and if you do, go on my Instagram and share me the pictures and stories. But yeah, let's get this video started real quick, and I don't know, but yeah, let's get this video started. The first haunted place everyone should know about, because Shane Dawson went to it, Mikey from Glam&Gore went to it, and literally it was the Queen Mary ship in Long Beach, California. So I'm gonna read a little bit about it, but mostly a lot of people died back in the day. There's been people who got sick, who were isolated in their medical chambers and died there. There's been people who were murdered. There's just a lot of stuff. But the room that's most famous right now, and they reopened it, was B340, I believe. I'm gonna read you a little bit about it so you can, get a little bit more history on it. So the Queen Mary is the retired ocean liner, sailed in the Atlantic Ocean from 1936 to 1967. So during her first 3 years at sea, Queen Mary carried Hollywood celebrities like Elizabeth Taylor and other celebrities I do not know. Her days as a luxury ship were short-lived. However, in 1939, she was stripped of her amenities and began her second life as the Grey Ghost, a World War III tour ship. At the conclusion of the war, she was restored to her former glory and transferred the Atlantic for nearly 2 more decades. So the Queen Mary, let's do some little spooky stories. Basically, let me see. The Queen Mary, spooky fact: Winston Churchill signed the D-Day Declaration around the Queen Mary during the World War II. So since the World War II, there's a lot of people who died from it also. So there's been a lot of murders. But B340 was the most popular because apparently one guy locked himself with his whole entire family and murdered his whole entire family. There's been a lot of stories of people feeling that they're being pressured on the bed and couldn't breathe, and then there's a lot of people who ran out the hotel because they either there's different types of ghosts. There's a cat ghost. The most haunted place that was closed off that I've seen is the pool area. But yeah, there's a lot of mystery and murders in this place that I don't want to be in right now. So we're gonna get to B340 stories. Just probably like 1-2 stories that a lot of people have been talking about, and there's this picture which I will be putting up, and it literally says, "My family and I were on a bridge looking around, and I wandered off by myself into the chart room. There was only one other guest besides myself in the room, and he left right after I entered. As I was looking at the chart on the table where they were layout of the maps trying to find the Queen Mary, I felt someone tug me at the back of my shirt just above my left shoulder. When I turned to see if it was one of my family members, I felt a chill and realized that there was no one else in the chart room. I left the room immediately, and this is the first time anything like this ever happened to me." So that's just like a little calm type, like tug. A lot of people say they've been tugged, pushed, tripped. My advice, not going to B340. The other one said, "I was doing my rounds of the ship when I noticed that a normally secure room was unlocked. I looked inside and saw a little girl standing in the room. She looked at me, stretched her arm out towards me, and then disappeared from the room. So little girls do be there. I heard the captain of the ship is there too. Apparently he likes to pull girls' hair. I wish all girls pull my hair, because that's what we fight in, because ain't nobody pulling my hair. Hell the hell no. And then I also heard there's another guy who likes to fuck girls in their sleep. We're not about that life, so we're gonna stay a safety amount of miles away from that. But yeah, B340 is the most haunted room. It was closed off for years because it was so gruesome, very violent room, and then it was reopened again. But my thing is, they do have a Ouija board. You can do a crystal ball and tarot cards. So will you find me there? Hell no, you won't find me there. But if you do go there, you know, hit your girl up and with pictures and, you know, your experience and stories. On to the next one. So the second haunted place is basically the Eastern State Penitentiary, Philadelphia, which is very famous, and I'm gonna tell you why. But let's go into detail of what the Eastern Penitentiary in Philadelphia is. This menacing Gothic style prison opened in Philadelphia in 1829 and became the first US to implement solitary confinement, a very debatable practice they did back in the day. Prisoners were lunged in groomly stone cells with voluntary no human contact. And a lot of people says you with no human contact you become crazy yourself, which I kind of do believe, because you just being by yourself in a whole room for a amount of time and not seeing a human content of speaking or touch, you probably would go crazy. So with hooded places over their heads anytime they were moved. So yeah, not about it life. I feel bad for prisoners, even though they do criminal stuff, which is not correct, but they still are human in some sense. Let's see. They believe the system that solitary will lead to pensions. Yeah, I don't think so. So they call the Philadelphia system was repealed as several other states in Europe. So they did do it in other states in Europe. Literally, did it work? I don't think so. They became crazy. When the prison was closed in 1971, it's believed that the ghosts of inmates took back the prison. Visitors claim to see their apparitions wandering the corridors and hear maleficent whispers in abandoned cell blocks. So I believe this is the prison where they had, I think, Aucoin, I think that's how you say his name, the most famous, I think he was a mafia boss or something, like very drug dealer type of thing. He lived there. I know BuzzFeed did this video a while ago, and this is like 4 hours away from me. I know they also turned it into like a haunted, kind of like a haunted museum type of thing where you can go in and check it out yourself. And I did see a lot of people literally run out for their life because they actually even see inmates hear rattling noises. They also see like nurses that used to work there for them, guards that die there because of the prisoners, prisoners becoming crazy. There's a lot of stuff that's been there, but I'm not going there. One of my friends wants to go there, and it's just like, when you know it's a real haunted place where actual people died, don't think I'm gonna go in there. Like, I do makeup, and I know like most of the makeup haunted stuff is makeup, but once you know it's a real place where people actually died and their spirit is still there, yeah, nah, I'm out. But yeah, this is like the most haunted place that everybody has been hearing about, and I know BuzzFeed did it. So if you want to see the video, you can go ahead to BuzzFeed Unsolved. I think it was season 2 or 3, I believe one of those two. The next haunted place that literally is a couple of hours away from me is the Liz Borden Bed and Breakfast in Fall River, Massachusetts. Literally like 3 hours away from me, 4 hours away from me, around there. So basically on August 4, 1892, the bodies of Andrew and Abby Boren was discovered bone graded beyond recognition in their home. The prime suspect is their youngest daughter, Lizzie. The boarding case was one of America's first crimes to unfold under the media spotlight, capturing the attention of the nation, basically because despite the allegation that Lizzie had financially moved off the murders and growing public sanity, she was acquitted due to lack of physical evidence. Basically, she was found not guilty of killing Abby and what's his name? Abby and Andrew Warren, which is her parents. Lack of evidence. So she was left to roam the world. So the boarding home was since been converted into a museum and a bed and breakfast where ghosts can see gruesome photos of the crime scene and sleep in one of its most reportedly haunted rooms. In the 19th century, the murder made headlines again when it received a Hollywood makeover with Lifetime's 2014 movie Lizzie Borden Took an Axe. So basically, she was convicted for a murder that she did a long time ago, accused of murdering her mom and her stepmom and her father, after both found very cut off their heads with an axe. And since basically then, back in the day, they didn't really do that much looking for evidence as we do now. We look for evidence. So she was not convicted and literally roamed the world. And after that, the whole entire place has been a bed and breakfast hotel in which people go to, and a lot of people have seen two ladies and a guy roaming around the halls. There's pictures of Lizzie Borden, which I will put around somewhere, and literally it's just looking at the picture of her, it seems a little bit creepy and scary because it's like she really looking at you and is like, girl, don't look at me. But yeah, there's been a lot of like weird occurrences. A lot of people have actually slept overnight and left the same day, literally left the same night, because due of the most haunted room ever. I don't get what hotels do this. They know they have the most haunted room and they still rent it. At least they getting your money, but you know, I wouldn't do it if I were you, especially someone that killed their own parents with an axe. That's a lot of something going there. I don't think they didn't question her, you know, her mind. But yeah, this is the most haunted. It's 3 hours away, 4 hours away in New York, from New York to Massachusetts. So if you want to visit, go ahead and visit. And if you do, send me pictures, stories of your experience, because I will not be going there. And the final haunted place ever. And if you don't know this place, don't know why you do not know this place. And it's basically the Stanley Hotel in Colorado. So if you haven't heard this movie, what is it? Damn, I forgot the movie name. But if you haven't heard of the Red Rum, which is Murdered Backward, basically, if you haven't heard of this, Arthur, he made, you know, Stephen King made the book of, what is that movie? Damn, I keep forgetting the movie name. I literally forgot the movie name. Stanley. We're gonna Google this because I saw this movie a hundredth time, but I still don't remember the movie. Literally don't remember the movie. I'm gonna pop it up, come on. The Shining. Oh, how did I forget that? But the movie called The Shining, if you haven't seen it, you should see it. It's really, really, really fucking scary, and it's Halloween day, so you should see it. But The Shining, basically Stephen King made a book about it and then decided to do a movie. Don't know why. He apparently stayed at the Stanley Hotel and literally experienced everything he wrote and everything he, you know, experienced when he was in the hotel, and also caught a little bit of stories from different people that work there and everything. So basically when he was there, he experienced children giggling, he experienced very different, very oddly experience. Well, there was a news where they put a picture of when you go up the stairs to the hotel to the rooms, and literally it was a apparition figure right on top of the stairs, and nobody can explain what that was because it was literally not there until they took a picture. There's another ghost that apparently messes up your phone technology. I think it was a electrician who died there, so he decides to mess it up your phone. But in the movie, there's a crazy guy who literally went ballistic and decided to, you know, break down the door. If you haven't seen all the memes, I will try to find it and put it here for you guys to see. But I forgot his name. Literally forgot his name. But we're gonna do the murders of Stanley Hotel. If I can find it. Literally, if I can literally find it. You probably heard about the Stanley Hotel, Stanley King Shining, the concept. The Stanley Hotel actually makes the most haunted hotel list and definitely worth checking out. However, you probably avoid staying in room 217. That's the room that I was talking about. 217. Several guests over the years have spoken about the experience of the haunted hotel and how creepy it is. Shane Dawson went there. There's a lot of people who've been there. Sam and Colby went in there. They literally didn't. When I saw the video, I know Corey got a little bit very scared that he left and didn't want to go inside, which I recommend not to do because I don't want to go in there. But Paul is one of the most famous popular ghosts that haunts the hotel. He has been said to force out residents and guests after 11 p.m. Guests have heard the words "get out" by being whispered around them. Piano playing has also been heard throughout the halls, and lights have been switched on and off on the styling tours. So if that's not enough to get you running out, girl, I don't know what to tell you. Another ghost is Lucy, a former homeless woman or runaway, often toys and plays with ghost hunters. She isn't threatening or communicates with ghost hunters by switching on and off. She moves items across the floor. Bitch, if I see a freaking chair move across the floor, just know I'm moving out the country. Just to let you know that. Room 401 on the 4th floor is where the employees and children and nannies stayed. Today, guests hear children laughing and running around the corridors, like I told you guys. And in the Shane Dawson videos, basically he actually uses recordings in the room, and everyone, including him, hears the giggle of children. Just like Stephen King has said that he stayed in one of those rooms on the 4th floor and heard kids running around and giggling, and when he went outside, literally there was nothing there. Room 428, the room might just be the creepiest of them all, and you deserve a medal if you stay in the room for a full night. Guests have reported on moving furniture, seeing faces, and stilettos of ghosts, yet we're not staying here. The famous cowboy ghost who hunt the room isn't particularly threatening either. However, guests have heard footsteps and creaks on the floor, strange sounding growls, and again, light flickering on and off. The most famous room is room 217, in which Stephen King even spent the whole night at the hotel, and that's where he got his inspiration mostly from. When the king and his family stayed, it was a closing season, meaning that they were the only guests that dined in alone. King woke up during the night and had a frightening dream about his 3-year-old son being chased around the corridors and screaming. Then he believed to be haunted by Elizabeth Wilson, aka Miss Wilson. She was the housekeeper for the hotel during the storm in 1911, and she was badly injured during an explosion. Her spirit apparently lives on the room, and guests have experienced on and off lights, move items, slamming doors. And reportedly, she does not like unmarried couples lying in her bed together, and some couple had even felt fearlessly cold between them. Because of the dark folk, the room can be booked out, but it isn't always in demand. So there is a good chance you'll get your hand on it, not a good chance you will. But if you're brave enough, go ahead. If you stay at the hotel, let me know and send me pictures and readings and, you know, all that ghost adventure stuff, because I won't be going there. I want to experience what you experience, so that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video about the top, I don't even know how much I did, places, haunted places in America. So if you go to one of these places, or you want me to read you or explore, or you know, search up some more haunted places, comment below. I hope you enjoyed this October of Halloween. Don't worry, my makeup looks for Halloween is coming in a couple of days, probably a couple of days or in a week. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like, and I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.